On today's episode of Warehouse Safety Tips, we're going to be talking about minimizing risk, so stay tuned. Welcome to Warehouse Safety Tips. If you're a seasoned vodcast viewer, this vodcast is going to be different from most that you watch. It's based around exactly what the name implies, Warehouse Safety Tips. And since the people in this industry are busy, we know that time is money, so each episode will be as short and to the point as possible. And now, with all that out of the way, let's get to the vodcast. First and foremost, today is a really neat day because we have turned our what was previously only Warehouse Safety Tips into a Safety Stripes network. So what we're going to be doing is going through and not only having Warehouse Safety Tips, but we're going to be having a Monday Minute that is going to be talking about Mighty Line, and it's just going to be a really, really good addition to the entire podcasting and informational network of safety and anything that has to do with our partner, Mighty Line Tape. We think you're going to enjoy it. So we're very, very happy to have you as part of this very first episode that is going to be adding to that Safety Stripes network. So today we're talking about minimizing risk. Now, risk is the uncertainty concerning the occurrence of loss. So think about loss in a facility such as a factory or a warehouse as things like, especially from a safety standpoint, damage to goods, anything that has to do with a safety issue that has stopped production, product being damaged, just anything that has to do with profitability in the form of either production or staff, and product being kind of halted. So what can you do to go through and minimize that? We have 5 very simple steps. We want to make sure, as always, that you go through and make sure that you follow whatever guidelines your specific facility has got. But these are going to be 5 things that are going to help you get started. So the very first thing is going to be to prioritize risk control, going through and knowing the potential things that have happened, making sure that you also go off of historical things that have happened around your facility to be able to play off of, and just anything that is going to basically give you hints as to things you can improve upon so far as potential risk is concerned. The next thing is going to be risk assessments, and that's going to be going through and doing just that, making sure that you have figured out things that could potentially cause risk, things again that have caused risk in the past, and again things that could happen in the future, and having a team that goes over that and goes over those potential risk assessments. The third thing, which probably should be the very first, especially from a warehouse safety tip standpoint, is staying focused with safety. You want to make sure that you aim for safety at all times, because anything you can do that's going to keep production going and not have to slow down because a safety issue has happened is always going to be a benefit. The next thing is staying ahead of environmental risks. So things like chemicals or changes or just anything that is coming up in the future with environmental risks, that you're ahead of that. And then lastly, training and education, making sure that you train your staff on everything that could potentially happen from, again, past occurrences, things that are happening currently, and things that you are forecasting for the future that could be a potential risk, that you get ahead of it and kind of have a little bit of an idea of what you can do to avoid it. So again, these 5 steps are by no means the end all be all. Great place to start, but make sure you follow your facility's steps on risk. And other than that, we again thank you for being part of this inaugural episode in the Safety Stripes network, and that you've been part of Warehouse Safety Tips. This is our 5th year of doing this. Couldn't do it without you, so we appreciate that. We want you to go out, have a great day, stay safe, and here is a word from one of our sponsors.
It's scientifically unexplainable. It's virtually indestructible. And it's taking over the entire planet. But in a really good way. It's Mighty Line Floor Tape, the most durable floor tape in the world. 7 times thicker than average floor tape, beveled to endure pounding warehouse traffic, and backed with a super strong peel and stick adhesive, so you'll never have to worry about painting shop floors again. Mighty Line Floor Tape, the only durable stripe.